Testing, testing. Hello? Okay. This is stage 3. This is the middle school Overwatch, sorry. Overcooked final. Uh, it is Madawan versus Renaissance. Looking at the scores right now of the win record, Madawan does have a clean sweep over the entire season, which, taking nothing away from Renaissance, but that's something that should be in the back of their mind when they're playing. Plays are Miles and Vivian for Renaissance, and Chase and Theo for Madawan. So Overcooked, it's a very I wouldn't say stressful, but it's a very multitask type of game. You know, you're gonna need a lot of focus. You're gonna need to be able to handle the pressure. It's like being in a real kitchen. You know, so in this map, all of the food, usually you'd be able to get it from some sort of like box or something, but it's revolving around like a sushi buffet, right? And that could cause a lot of concern when trying to make something like a burger, because you won't have the ingredients that you need to finish your thing until it comes around. It looks like Man already finishing some of their food, which is a shocking considering how slow most of the food is coming through. Right? You could already. One of the big things that you're going to need in a game like this, especially since the teammates are split apart, is a lot of good communication, a lot of good like coordination. You know, especially in something like a winter final. You know, this is the big moment for both teams. You know, they fought tooth and nail to get here through many, like their opening matches, their semifinal matches, going through the entire season just to get here. This is literally a 1 versus 2 situation. You know, uh, this is this is a big moment for both teams. You're gonna want a lot of focus and teamwork coming into this. So I believe it is scored in a 3 out of 5 fashion, to where each round goes through. You're getting points if you win each round with the most tips. The tips, um, you get them every time you sell something, basically. So once you get an order through, depending on how quick you did it, how fast it went through, you'll get more tips. And for example, the tip is lit up. That's because they're just doing, they're getting all the things in on time, and it's only a minute left. It looks like resi- resistance resistance is currently in the lead, which is a lot based off of the luck of the draw for this map. You know, a lot of it is because everything is coming out so slow. You may miss stuff. It's a, like I've said, very high intensity game. It's gonna be a lot to focus on. It's very intense. You have to have a lot of focus. I don't know. 15 seconds left, and I must say, I really am complimenting the teamwork of Resistance. You know, they were able to, even with this kind of delay, they were able to get 450. It looks like. Okay. Uh, this one. This one actually is more in favor of a team that has teamwork, because unlike the first round, both teammates have the ability to work with each other. You know, it gives a lot of that you're gonna get a lot working together for. Uh, uh, oh, Renaissance falling off, which I don't know if that was a strategic move or just mistake because of the small platform they have to go. Something smart Renaissance is doing is instead of carrying one by one pieces, they're actually throwing it over just to have, a quicker way to get all the material, like all the stuff together. Manawan taking the first point. It looks like Manawan's doing a similar tactic where they're kind of just passing over to each other. One of the things noticing, there's a shared point in the map. Because of this, they have the ability to kind of like steal from each other if, you're not paying attention. That's a big factor in the whole multitasking aspect of this game, Because there's so much going on. There's you having to focus on your team. You have to focus on how long the food is left to last. You have to focus on how long it's cooking. It's a lot to multitask. And it's just, I have to give my flowers to both teams because they both have this ability to get here and still work at this level after many matches that they've done this season. Speaking of that, they've been able to hone their skills throughout the season to a degree to where they're successful in this. All right, looks like it seems like it's pretty neck and neck right now. Both teams are in the ×4 tips, with a minute, almost 2 minutes left. Especially seeing how Manawan plays in this, it's very inspiring. Their teamwork, their coordination, it's something to, watch and kind of want to attain, And I'm kind of shocked seeing I'm not really shocked seeing the seat of both teams, Like I said at the beginning, it's a 1 versus 2 scenario. They're both very close in skill and teamwork, which is something amazing to see. Welcome, we are on stage 3. We are playing Overcooked. Alright, it's second round. Second round. Renaissance has the first point, and now it's kind of, I would say neck and neck, but there's less than a minute left, and Manawan is almost double the points or the points of resistance. It is very, the work of these teams is very amazing to watch. Seeing the teamwork that comes with a game like this, seeing the skills that come through with it. 15 seconds left. I don't know if Resistance could come back from this. welcome. This is stage 3. We are playing the Overcooked Middle School Finals. The teams are Madawan and Renaissance. Currently, this is the 3rd round. Both teams have 1-1 when it comes to points. The record of the teams is something that I feel like both teams should keep watch over, right? Madawan being 7-0, very impressive score over the season. Renaissance, a similar impressive score. They are 5-1, one being the tie. Both teams have no losses, but something that I feel like is important in that, you can't let that go to your head. If you're playing this in a certain mental state that you can't be defeated, that's good, but you can't let that overshadow the skill of the other team. Because if you do that, you have the chance to slip up, you have the chance to mess up, and you have the chance to lose. Right now, Madawan currently is in the lead, and something special about this map is the ability of both teams to be able to kind of mess with each other in a certain way, you know? Like, if you look in the middle, they're kind of like running into each other, you know? Kind of like stealing from each other. It's all a sense to kind of gain that upper hand when it comes to finishing out, you know, and getting the win. So Overcooked scored in a 3 out of 5 fashion, right? So currently, like I said, 1-1 in the 3rd round. This is kind of where a team could get that advantage, you know? It's kind of like the 1st round where it kind of set the pace, but then instantly in that 2nd round, Madawan pulled it back and got a second ability, tying it up. Right now, 14 seconds left. It is looking like Madawan will take this, right? Oh, accidentally putting in the wrong thing, but I don't think it mattered too much because Madawan takes the 2nd point. It is now 2-1, which means Madawan needs to run it back again, and they win. Something else about Madawan, they are a very tight-knit team, you know. They have not swapped out once, you know, which is kind of a shock, because Renaissance has swapped out, which seems almost every round. But Madawan, they've stayed consistent. They've had the same people over and over again, and it seems to be working. Seeing how they've went. All right, so we're back to original stars with Miles and Vivian. Oh, hi. Yeah. Well, Miles and Vivian, right, going into what could be the final round, depending on how this goes. Once again, this map has some history. So something about this one is the platforms with the plates, if you're looking at the picture, they move back and forth, which gives, no, it's kind of hard to see where you're going. You know, it's kind of hard to, you won't be able to, you know, stay consistent. There could be changes. You could possibly get glitched in the middle depending on how it moves, right? And even worse, you guys could get stuck in the middle. You guys could get stuck on the same time, in the same space, cutting off these ingredients that you may need. Another big factor is the multiple things that you need to cook. Unlike on the previous 2 rounds, there are both burgers and pizza to cook, which means there's 2 sets of ingredients that you need to do. So you have to be very wary of where you are when the platforms start to move. Because if you get caught in the middle with your teammate on the other side, that could cut off your entire state for a whole nother type of food you need to cook.
Sounds like a very interesting challenge that these teams are going to have to solve. Oh. Oh. Okay.
So yeah, it's a very high intensity game. It revolves a lot about multitasking. It revolves a lot around teamwork. And I feel like both teams have that in strides, you know?
Right, okay. So what, these are the Renaissance Rebels versus the Madawan Huskies. Okay, all right.
So I believe red is Madawan and blue is the Rebels. So right now it is 2-1 in favor of Madawan.
Really? Okay. I mean, hey, they came in here with a vengeance today.
Well, vengeance, yes, but they've also come in with a record that's very clean.
Yes.
They're 7-0. Every match that they've come through, they've won without fail.
Wow.
Resistance, also 0 losses, but has 5 wins compared to the 7, and 1
Right,
tie,
right.
which is that is kind of a factor, you know.
No,
seeing the
5
tie-
wins and 1 loss.
Oh, okay, well they do have a loss then.
Yeah, it's nebulous. But yeah,
So-
that's very impressive records right here. And like I said, I know Madawan is out for blood.
Yep. Tell me
Out for
what?
marinara sauce.
Sure.
I don't know.
That fits the theme. I know it does seem like they are coming in here wanting the win. Because if I remember correctly, last time they were here, they didn't win. You know?
Yeah.
I believe last time they were here, they lost first round.
Yeah.
Which, coming back and pushing your way through the semifinals, and then, well, first pushing your way through the first like opening matches, and then pushing your way through the finals to be in the in the finals like this, you have to commend it. You know?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
teamwork that comes with that, the ability to multitask, you know, all of these are factors that are very important to something like this.
Oh yeah. It's just a very strong showing so far from Madawan here. So I'm not quite familiar with this game. I've definitely seen it before, but it's a bit of a it's a lot different from
Other
types of
games
games I'm used to
commentated.
here.
It looks like Madawan doesn't have a plate. Oh, now they do. That could have been bad if they weren't able to notice they didn't have a clean plate to put the food on.
Yeah.
Because they can't sell it
You
without
have
a
to-
plate.
Right, and you have to wash the plates.
There's a lot of multitasking in this game. A lot of,
Seriously.
but that's what coming with a good team means. What is it?
Yeah.
So, Renaissance, they have so far swapped out between rounds, right?
Really?
They've had their first 2. They've had Eli and Sam, and then second round. Oh no, third. Yeah, second. No, third round they swapped out to what is it? Vivian and Miles.
Okay.
Right? Oh, sorry, I got it. First round was Vivian and Miles. Second round or third round was Eli and Sam. And then coming into this 4th round, they've swapped back to the first team of Vivian and Miles. Madawan hasn't swapped out anybody.
Right.
They've been dead set on this team. And seeing how they've played, I get why they are.
Okay.
They have it seems like they have this connection, this understanding that really helps them in the long run. You know?
Yeah, and I mean that's huge for these incredibly team-based games.
Mhm.
I mean, you have to have someone that you just kind of click with on the
Yep.
other end of that that table there.
Yeah.
So it's just they're like locked off from each other. That's not normal.
That's a big factor in the games, actually. A lot of the times, most of them are like this, where Madawan takes it.
Right? Yeah.
That was the last round. I don't know. It's a 3 out of 5, I believe.
And Madawan gets their revenge, I guess. Great job.
So look at Madawan won.
Yeah, great job, Rebels there.
Madawan won the belt.
Congratulations, Madawan.
Woo!
All right. That's our first belt given of the night, I believe.
I
Yeah.
believe you're right, yeah.
Yeah, that's our first. That is 100% our first belt of today. Going to the Madawan Huskies. Congratulations to them.
My brother plays on that team.
Really?
He's the one that's been playing the whole time. He was supposed to commentate with me on one of these, and then he was double booked. But I mean,
No.
no hard feelings. He won. He did what he set out to do. The entire team did. And
You proud?
Oh, I'm so proud.
Yeah. That's great. All right.
Right. So that is the end. That was the finals of the middle school Overcooked teams.
Oh, the rest already running already?
Nope. Looks like next is the high school teams, I believe.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I just sort of jumped in here, Howdy. Uh, so that was the last of the middle school ones. Okay.
God. This game gives me heart palpitations. I hate watching it.
What? What? The Overcooked is
Yeah.
stressing you out?
It is. What is it? True story. My aunt, she played it with my brother when it came to like practicing about it. She hurt her neck playing because of the stress coming from having to do so much at the same time.
Hurt her actual physical injury.
Oh, no, yeah.
From this game. This game's
Well,
dangerous.
It's lethal.
This game is hard. Her neck.
She like tensed her neck when she was playing, and it like hurt.
Wow. Okay, that is. I think that could potentially be our first recorded injury. Oh, I would say first recorded injury related to GSE, but I think a
What was
lot
it
of players
related?
have hurt their fingers.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something that happens when playing video games professionally. You know, the
Yeah.
risk of injury is just so high.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so, honestly. Like, most people don't really think like, oh, it's not a contact sport. It's not like a physical sport or whatever. So, you know, but hey, it still happens.
All right. Well, that was the middle school Overcooked final. Madawan walks away with the win, and with their vindication from last year. So yeah.
It was a very good half match I watched. But yeah, so we're gonna be right back.
So we do want to recognize also somebody special today. If Zoe Boersma could come up. Zoe, it's me. Zoe. 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 I'm over here. So as Zoe comes up, one of the things that we pride ourselves on here is that students run every element of our shows, from casting to the cameras to production. And Zoe's somebody really special. Zoe has actually been with us since she was a freshman, and there is no more integral person that has helped spread what you see among students than Zoe. Zoe has gone out of her way to train up and teach up other kids from around the state, even though she's from Pennsylvania. And we're not going to hold that against her, because she has shown time and time again that she is one of the best people we could ever have representing Garden State Esports. She is unbelievable, from an amazing family that have, become a group that really just love here. So the students from Abington and Western Penn School from the Deaf and Zoe, they're really a very special group in Garden State Esports. And so this is actually Zoe's last show with us. Zoe has never missed a show, but we are forcing her to go to her prom, and we will not see her this spring. So from everybody here, Zoe, we want to thank you for everything. You are the best, and this is the only time I'm going to hug you because you're from Pennsylvania. Thank you. You're the best. Zoe, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, if we could get the whole Boersma crew. I know they all came up from Pennsylvania. If we want to come on up, and we'll do a quick Boersma family picture. We got moms here, dads here, brothers, sisters. Let's get a quick picture of the Boersma crew. And as we get a family picture, if her WPSD and Abington family want to join her on stage as well, if the WPSD and Abington family want to join her on stage too. Okay? Bring your Zoe cutouts. We'll take a quick picture. Go, go, go.
Test, test, hello.
Hello? Hello? Does this work? Yeah, it does. Okay.
Testing, testing. Hello. Alright.
Testing. Testing again. I think it works. Starting random.
Hi, welcome to. This is stage 3. This is group 1 and 2.
We're gonna start with
this is
the
a
warm-up
warm-up.
real quickly.
Alright, so this is a warm up for the.
Group 1 and 2 for
Alright.
the Overcooked High School.
Alright. Yeah. So currently playing is Maria and
Bree.
Bree for the Cape May Tech Hawks, and then playing for the West Essex Knights are Emily and Lucas, I believe.
Yes, that's how.
Alright. Yeah.
So far, if I remember correctly, the gimmick of this stage is that the platform that divides the players will move from up and down. Right?
Yeah. The like 3 platforms there, as you can see, are moving
Yep.
back and forth. It gives you a lot to kind of think about when you're playing, you know?
I wonder. It seems like they can't place down items as it's moving around as well, unless I saw it wrong. Because I think it was Lucas who was waiting a bit on a while to put down the vegetables on the plate.
So something big about the entirety of Overcooked is the fact that it's a lot happening, you know? There's a lot of multitasking, there's a lot of like things moving, there's a lot to pay attention to. You know, you have to pay attention to the moving platforms, specifically in this round, the timer on the food, you know, what you're cooking.
And on this map specifically for one of them, you have to wash the dishes, otherwise you can't plate your food. So that's just an extra step on the entirety of the chaos.
Yep. You also, so another big part about this game is the focus on teamwork. You know, being a team-based game, especially with one where you're split up, having good teamwork is basically fundamental to making it anywhere in this game.
It seems that West X is actually having their tip streak on, just as well as Cape May Tech just now.
So the tips being on fire is kind of just like a signal that they're doing good, you know? Because when you continuously get food back to back, you don't let any slip off, and you kind of get it on time, it'll make your tips go higher and higher. So that's a big focus on this game, is the speed aspect and watching what you're doing, especially up there where something
Their food
almost
going
burned.
Yeah. That would have been very bad. I think that would have ruined their streak as well, which would have put them at a disadvantage, because if you do have the tips, of course you're going to get more bonus for your money. And every single dollar counts for this game.
Something I noticed is that instead of what Essex did, instead of just, you know, carrying everything over and over, they used that moving platform to their advantage. They put all the food that they needed to cut onto it and then moved it over, like with the platform.
It seems like they just need a... Obviously West X is in the lead, but I feel like just one plate from Camp May Tech will just push the lead back. I could be wrong. Let's find out. They're about to put in one more dish. Yeah, they're right next to each other.
A little more so. Yeah.
It's just very close, like one dish. Yeah, see now Camp Maytech is now piling on the dishes.
Both teams in skill seem very neck and neck, especially for what I believe is a warm-up round.
Yeah, it is a warm-up round,
Yeah. So looking at the, just knowledge about these teams, West Essex are coming in with a clean score. They're coming in with a clean record of 7 wins to 0 losses. While Cape May Tech, they're coming in with 6 wins, very impressive, but they also are coming in with 1 loss. So that means, that there are still things to be worked on,
yeah. Only less than a minute left on the clock, honestly. Again, both teams are very neck and neck. Just one dish away for each team to get the lead.
So something else about this whole match, these teams have never faced each other. They're from completely different sides of the bracket. Cape May, I believe, is in the south, while West Essex is west.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a new experience for both teams because they don't really know what to expect coming into this.
They're new to facing each other.
Showing that is how evenly matched they seem to be. They're both around neck and neck, but it looks like West Essex just has that little bit of an edge.
Ooh. And with that, that's going to be time with
no,
West
because
Essex
Cape May stole it right at the end.
Just by 10 points, I'm remembering. Yeah,
Wait,
11 points. But
Oh,
either
wait,
way,
no, I'm
this
wrong.
will not count at all.
No, West Essex won. West Essex was blue, I think. I think you did, Anna. So that was our warm-up round.
All right, just to repeat for the stream, blue will be West X, and red will be the Cape May Tech, and this is going to be a best of 5.
So basically, whoever gets 3 first wins,
Mhm.
So coming into that, through the warm-up round, we could already see that West Essex already a very strong team, We've seen how they played, especially coming into this 7-0. It must be a lot to have to think about, of Cape May Tech. So one of the interesting things about this map is the fact that one member of each team are both in the same spot,
They're all trapped.
So something about that means a lot of could be stealing, could be messing with the other people's food, could be
Pushing someone into the water.
yeah.
I've seen that happen.
If somebody say you have the same thing that needs to be made, somebody else makes it and puts it down, you could take that and sell it and get points for yourself.
Yeah.
So this kind of brings a whole new thing to what is happening in this,
Not to mention the goals are diagonal from the person who's cooking, so you have to traverse through the middle just to get to your own goal, which could give the other team the possibility of, again, pushing you in the water.
Another aspect, I didn't notice this when I was first seeing it. There's not a regular way dishwasher-wise. So what you have to do, you have to grab what looks like a spray gun, and instead of doing the dishes normally, you have to spray the dishes.
Okay, that's interesting.
K-May just did a move which I haven't seen really. They actually, instead of passing it over, they threw it into the blender,
Oh.
which saves them time. It means they can do it faster. It's a smart move on them.
West X already has the tips, and they're around 200 points ahead.
They are showing their
coordination.
Their coordination, their teamwork. It makes sense why they had a 7-0 win or win streak. Something else noticed from West Essex is what they're about. They're as I said here, both their favorite games are Overcooked. You know, this is what they do. You know, they both want to be chefs, both Emma and Lucas, or Emily and Lucas. And both of them, they just love Overcooked. They love Overcooked.
They love it.
You know? So it makes sense why it looks like they're the best.
Yeah, they're doing
They
really
are
good.
seeded number 1.
They still have a big lead, even though Camp Maytech just got their streak.
Oh. Wait, I just noticed what, I've started to notice a little tactic that West Essex will do. So what
Oh,
they'll
they're-
do is they'll cut up fruit and then, like before how I mentioned throwing like the watermelon into the blender for quicker
Yeah.
access, they will throw food into the blender to mess up the recipe.
Oh, wait, you're right. I didn't even notice that.
So when they sell it, it's wrong,
It's
and then they lose
wrong.
tips. It's a very sneaky play, but that also comes with playing on a map where you have the enemy team with you, basically.
Right next to you. Anyway, we're down to the last 30 seconds, so it's really just speed it.
And as much as I love a comeback story, I don't know if I could see Cape May Tech coming back from this. Especially with those sneaky plays, because I only just noticed it. I don't know how long they could have been doing that the entire
Yeah,
time.
me
It's a little sneaky, but
neither.
I
And they
mean,
got
when
rendition of like the last 5 seconds.
when you are in the winter finals and you are doing this for the belt, I feel like you have to use every
You gotta
advantage you
get
can.
everything. Good game overall, though. Good game.
Yeah. So it was the first round. West Essex took the first round, and I mean, I'm kind of blown away by their performance. I mean, like I'm very impressed. You know, they don't only have good fundamentals coming into this, they also have, although it's sneaky, they have tactics to win.
They do.